Yo everybody, how's it going? It's ShadyPyro, sponsored streamer with TRUgaming LLC, and you're watching Stream Key. Just run away with the time.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to episode 4 of the Stream Key podcast. I'm your host, Green, and like I said, this is episode 4 of Stream Key podcast, which focuses on talking with streamers on YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, and other platforms every week about tips and takeaways for growing as a streamer on those platforms and what we can do to kind of mimic their success. This week, I was really lucky to talk with an awesome guy named ShadyPyro, who is a sponsored streamer for TRUgaming. If you don't know him, he's kind of become the king of audio in the community over the past few months. He has a lot of experience with audio and programs like Voicemeeter, Banana Voicemeeter, those kind of things. So I think you'll get a lot out of the interview in terms of audio. I hope you enjoyed that. I want to thank Shady really quick for coming on the show. It was an awesome interview. So thank you, sir. Guys, definitely go check out Shady. He's a really cool guy. The link to his channel will be in the description as well as on the VOD if you're watching. But that's really it from me, guys. Thank you so much just in general for supporting the show. If you come out every week to listen to it, thank you so much. And we would ask that you just please consider leaving a review on iTunes for us, because it makes a ton of difference and really helps us get the show out there. So definitely think about that, guys. But I won't take up too much of your time. We're going to get right into the interview with Mr. Shady. Hope you guys enjoy, and I will catch you later. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Stream Key. This is our podcast that we do for TRUgaming, and today I'm super excited to welcome ShadyPyro. ShadyPyro TV is his Twitter handle. I just found that out. So, welcome to the show, Shady. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Well, thanks for having me. How's it going?
It's going, man. It's been a long day, and I really apologize to Dream Trip and anyone who's looking to watch Dream Trip. He does have a weekly schedule, a shift during Tuesdays, and I didn't realize that. So I was going live, and I said, why can't I go live? Turns out he was streaming. So big apologies to Dream Trip for that. He's an awesome guy. Definitely check him out. He's going to be on, I guess, tomorrow, it sounds like, for his birthday. So happy birthday, Dream Trip, man. And sorry about that again. But anyway, guys, we're going to get into this. If you don't know ShadyPyro, he is a sponsored streamer for TRUgaming, a recent sponsored streamer. Here's our last round. Rocking that shirt right there, you can see. So he's also a Twitch affiliate recently, and he has a lot of experience with audio in particular. So Shady, thanks again for coming out, dude. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, kind of what you're about, and how you got started on Twitch, that kind of thing?
I've been a lifetime gamer. One day playing on Xbox, playing some Rainbow Six, a friend of mine said, hey, why don't you stream our matches? So I started streaming from my Xbox One originally, and that slowly moved into getting an Elgato, and now my Xbox sits in a drawer and I just play on PC all day long.
Right, yeah, that's pretty much like me too.
Yeah, so my poor Xbox has been abandoned. I like to hang out with the community, play video games, chat with people. And that's pretty much what got me started, like talking with people.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, sorry if you hear the motorcycles.
I was wondering what that was. I was like, man, he's got a lot of reverb in there or something.
Oh, no. That's the problem of living in a suburban complex.
I gotcha.
So I live right next to a parking garage, and people feel the need to rev their engines all through the night.
Oh my gosh, that would drive me crazy. Wow. Well, that's really cool that you started on console as opposed to PC. When did you make the move to PC? Like, are you still streaming on console some, or is it?
My console rarely gets turned on. I started streaming on a private account last year.
Mm-hmm.
I bought the Elgato probably in July last year.
Okay.
And then I built my current gaming PC in October. And from October to about February, it was like on and off, both of them. And then realistically, January, February, about there, it's been nothing but PC gaming.
Gotcha. So you've had your PC about a year now or so?
Yeah, I mean, the current build, yeah.
Yeah.
And then About a month and a half ago, I replaced my streaming machine with a Ryzen build.
Right.
And that was fun because the Elgato had an issue with Ryzen, so I had to ship that back, and that was gone for 2 weeks.
Wow, that sucks. Well, cool, dude. I'm really excited to just get more into your history on Twitch and then also kind of your expertise with audio. So in terms of your stream, can you tell us a little bit about your stream and kind of what makes your stream special, why you like to do it, that kind of stuff?
Well, like I said before, I like to do it because I like to talk with people, have fun, hang out. I do stream a variety of games. Right now, I've been stuck on PUBG like everybody else.
Right.
Because Destiny's not on PC yet.
Yeah, I know, right?
I like to play strategy games, so I'm always up for those. Actually working on something for the weekends coming up very soon with some big strategy games. So we'll be talking more about that soon.
Nice.
I say a lot, apparently.
I do too. It's all right.
Yeah. It's like I'll play anything from Rainbow Six Siege to PUBG to Crusader Kings. What else do I play? City Skylines.
Yeah, but mostly PUBG.
Yep, right now it's mostly from PUBG. I've been trying to fit other games in.
Yeah.
But the game is just so damn fun.
It is, man. There's a reason why everyone's watching it on Twitch and everyone's playing it.
There's a reason there's 1.5 million people playing it at one time.
Insane. It's so crazy.
It's breaking records left and right on Steam.
Yeah. Like, that's not the game I would have expected to kind of upset the industry.
No, not at all. But something about it stuck, and it's fantastic. It makes it very difficult to fit in all the other games that are out.
Yeah, it absolutely does.
I have an insane backlog. Like, not even looking at my Xbox's backlog, it's just I'm never going to be able to complete my games.
I know what you mean. Just never ending, especially with Destiny coming out too. Like, forget about it. I'm going to be playing Destiny really hard for about the first week. Yeah, pretty much.
And then it's just going to get a day or two.
Yeah. Are you still excited about it? Because I was really excited about Destiny 2 when it first came out, like on console and after that beta. But it feels like so long between when that released and when the PC releases. I was never super excited about Destiny. Same.
But that's because I got shafted by Destiny 1.
Explain.
You got super excited. Like, I was a Halo fanboy. I loved Bungie.
Me too.
I jumped into Destiny, and it was such a horrible letdown. Like, the voice acting was terrible. I don't even know what the story is yet.
Yeah.
And this kills me with like a lot of games that they build themselves as, we're making a game that's going to last 20 years.
Right.
And you get to the end game content in about 6 hours, and then there's nothing there. So, like, Division had the same problem. They released their first raid, and when Ubisoft was releasing that raid, they said, "Hey, none of our developers have even been able to beat this raid, so it's going to take forever." And it was beat before I actually woke up in the morning.
Of course.
Yeah. I'm just like, come on,
man.
You've seen it with Diablo 3 when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have anything for when you hit top level, and they're like, oh, you can't release a game that you're saying, hey, it's going to last you 6 years,
right,
and not have the stuff to do for that 6 years.
Yep.
At least like this Destiny, Bungie looks like they learned their lesson. They had the first raid out within a week.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So if they can keep that going in a month, if I have stuff to look forward to, I will look forward to it.
Yeah. But still, you got to play catch up with everybody else, right?
Well, I mean, everybody on the PC will be fresh, but it's
true.
Everybody on the consoles already beat everything. So, like, the raid, you're not going to have the suspense of the raid trying to figure out the puzzle.
Exactly. Yep.
We're going to have to wait for the second raid. And if that's not scheduled to release right away on PC, then what's the point?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Okay, I don't want to spend too much time on Destiny because this is not a Destiny podcast after all, but it is still cool to talk about. So real quick, I just want to let everyone know in the chat that we are actually going to take Q&A from the chat for questions for Shady and myself, anything at all, especially if it's related to streaming, at the end of our discussion topic. So if you have a question you think of, keep it in mind, write it down, do whatever you need to, because we'll be answering those later. All right. So the discussion theme for today is the art of audio. If you guys don't know, Shady's kind of the resident audio expert in the True fam. He's become that in his recent, he hasn't been here that long, but in that short time, he's kind of like the go-to guy for audio. So do you want to kind of explain why that is, how you kind of got that reputation?
Oh, that happened completely on accident. So I use a dual stream setup, and as a few people do. And with that setup comes certain needs to help everything. And I'm still going through trial and error with this stuff as well. Like I just recently changed my setup because of audio delays in shooters.
Right.
Where like playing PUBG, I can have anywhere between a half second to a second audio delay. And by the time I hear a bullet, I'm already dead.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So really it started with me finding what I needed to resolve my needs. And that ended up being Voice Meter Banana.
Yep.
And from there, it just, I'm a PC guy by trade. Like I work on IT stuff all day long.
Mm-hmm.
And so that led into being able to figure out Voice Meter for what I needed it to do. And other people asking about Voice Meter led to me explaining it to more and more people.
Right.
So the program works fantastic for what I needed to do. Not always going to be the thing that somebody needs, but I do highly recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if like I'm looking at moving into making YouTube clips afterwards.
Right.
And so using Voice Meter and OBS as a combination, you can switch your audio channels. So I can record my OBS videos and not have music playing, but have music playing for the stream.
That's really nice. That's actually really nice, because then you can make like musically themed things for it too, right? That's really nice.
You can make your clips, and I can even take out chat if I wanted to. And you can make your clips and you upload them to YouTube, and you're not going to get violations.
Well, not only that, but you could also, like, let's say you want to make a video on YouTube with like kind of like one song going throughout. Then you don't have to worry. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that other, like whatever you were listening to on stream to clash with that.
Correct.
So that's really nice. I definitely might have to get some advice from you for that. I'm another person coming to you for advice for Voice Meter.
That's right. I had to work with Doc. So I actually have Voice Meter running on both of my computers now, because the newest changes I've made to my audio setup is I've switched the headphones I'm using from a pair of USB Turtle Beaches that plugged into my streaming machine to wireless Turtle Beaches, even though I got the power cable plugged in. And so it has the audio receiver that has an optical port in it, as well as a UX port. So I have my gaming machine splitting audio using Voice Meter, so that one audio goes to my Elgato, one audio goes to the fiber optic cable for the headset. Okay. So that was able to get rid of any delay I had in shooters.
Right,
so now,
that's nice.
If I get shot at, I know I'm going to shot at, I can run. I can't always tell where the bullets are coming from, but I can run.
That's all you need to do. Awesome.
Yeah, and so the AUX cable coming from my stream machine gives me my alerts, my chat, so that I can chat in Discord and stuff like that.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I've definitely noticed a lot of audio delay, especially with two PC setups. Like I think even Doc's setup.
Yes, he has a delay in the office computer.
You can definitely see it when you watch the stream. So that I could see that'd be really helpful. So yeah, man. What's kind of like the biggest issue that you see people having with audio on Twitch, like in general? Is there one thing that stands out as like, man, this is so easy to fix, but people don't do it? Or
balance. And I had the problem too, like when I reformatted all my computers, you know, and my viewers will come in and tell me, hey, you know, the game is too loud or Discord's too loud compared to you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I see some people, like, you'll tell them stuff and they just ignore it. But those
Yep.
are most of the smaller streamers and people that I hang out with. You tell them, hey, this is wrong, they fix it. But you see other streamers and they just do whatever.
Right. So you're talking about like levels in terms of like your mic
Yeah.
and your game sound?
Well, yeah, like even Pims has showed up in my chat to say, hey, your mic is peaking, where nobody else had said anything.
Right.
Like, I know I have an echo, and that's just because I'm in a barren room that's just a computer.
Mm-hmm.
So next month is hopefully getting some sound panels.
Nice.
To break that up. But I don't see a lot of people, doing test streams like, hey, how's my audio sound? Like, I go back and watch my videos too to see if I'm too low compared to the music, to the game sound, stuff like that. Like, you're playing PUBG and, somebody lets off with an AK and it's so loud that everything you just said, nobody heard.
Yeah. I was actually going to ask you if you had like a method of kind of critiquing your own audio. And it sounds like listening to your own past broadcasts is a really good way to do that from what you're saying. So more reasons to go watch your past broadcasts, people. Do it. If you're not doing it already, do it. So cool. So what's that's for other people, right? On Twitch. What's the biggest mistake that you've made with audio? Kind of, is there anything that stands out?
Now that I have the stream deck from Elgato, and I will mute like Discord and I'll mute OBS when I'm stepping out. So, like, I drink a lot of water, so I have to get up and go to the bathroom a lot of times. And I will mute OBS so that when I open and slam the door, nobody hears that. And the bathroom is literally the next wall over. So if I flush, the microphone will pick it up.
Yeah.
And so I have to keep it on mute. And God help me how many times I come back and I forget to hit unmute OBS. And I'm just sitting here talking.
Oh,
and
man.
it's muted.
Oh, I've made that mistake so many times. Even with like this podcast, I think in early episodes, I think episode 2, I went for like the first 15 minutes with myself muted and I didn't know. But like
every intro I've done in the last week has been repeated because I was muted the first time. And I look over and I'm like, oh, damn.
Oh man, it's a struggle. It really is. Even, I'll be honest here, I forgot to hit start recording when we started streaming. So I recorded like probably 10 minutes in, so we'll make it work.
Just go download the video from Twitch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's go back to voice meter for a second. You said it's really flexible, but it's not something that everyone could use, or that everyone needs.
It's something that everybody needed.
Right.
I recommend it, especially if you want to split everything up.
Yeah, for sure. That makes sense. Do you think more people should be using it if they have the option to? Like, is there a reason that you think most streamers can get something out of it?
Yeah. So, like I said, a lot of the stuff is, and I'm not at that level yet where I'm uploading clips as often as I should be. But the more places you can get your name, the better. Making clips, getting them posted to YouTube, posting them to Twitter, stuff like that is phenomenal. YouTube will strike you if you have music playing. So using OBS, using Voice Meter, there's an add-on for Spotify that I haven't bought yet, but it has the ability to change its audio input because you can't do that in Spotify, which is really annoying, Spotify. Take note. So it allows you to choose your audio settings. In OBS, you get to say, hey, I want this input being this, I want this input being this, and then you can do advanced audio properties and say, hey, I want this input on these channels.
Gotcha.
So in OBS, I can go and say, all right, for my stream channel 1, which includes music, chat, my chat, the game audio. On channel 6, I just want the game's audio, my voice, and maybe party voice. And I can sit there and say, all right, well, record channel 6. And so when my videos record, they don't have the game music or the music playing from Spotify. I can therefore upload those and not get a strike.
Yeah, that definitely seems very useful for most people. And just so everybody knows, just because I don't want to assume anything, Voicemeeter Banana is the program we're talking about. Also,
Yes.
just Voicemeeter, and it's a program that lets you kind of route your audio. It's called a virtual audio cable, I believe, is like the name of the
virtual audio mixer, and
Okay.
it uses virtual audio cables. Basically, it gives you inputs and outputs in your audio playback and recording devices, and using that, you can assign different sound channels to them.
Right. So it basically lets you choose where you want to put your sound, instead of just aggregating everything into desktop audio, for example, in OBS. So if you're wondering what we're talking about, that's it. Definitely check out Voicemeeter Banana if you get the chance. Really, really good program. And
you can always message me on Discord. I will help you guys.
Yes, he is the resident expert. So definitely check him out on Discord or his stream, which is right below his picture there. You can see.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I love that I have it without the underscore.
Yeah.
That was a pain.
So I want to talk about something sort of I think most people don't talk about for audio, and that's audio filters and effect programs. So those are kind of like built into OBS, as well as you can just get some software. Like I know some people will actually run their audio through programs like Adobe, like Audition, and through that sort of like voice changers, digital voice changers and things like that. Do you have any experience with that, or anything you think people should be using that they aren't?
I do not have experience with Audition. I have it, but I have not ran through my audio through it.
Right. Well, I'm just talking about more like programs in general, not necessarily Audition.
So I use in OBS itself. I was able to find a video on YouTube. Actually, a viewer sent it to me, and it consists of making a few of the filters that are already built into OBS to adjust audio settings. So it includes making some changes to gain, to suppression, compression, and stuff like that, which I can share with anybody as well. It helps get rid of background noise, so I don't hear my CPU fan when I'm streaming.
That's nice.
Unfortunately, I still hear everybody racing in the parking lot.
Of course.
So when I stream Forza, it'll be fantastic.
Yeah, for sure. So like, are there certain effects that you use in particular, like a noise gate, or you mentioned compression?
I use a noise gate because I have a mechanical keyboard, and that's annoying. So it gets rid of a good amount of the key presses, but unfortunately, you still hear those when you're talking. Yep. Realistically, to get rid of every background noise, you got to start moving to like physical equipment.
Right.
I'm not there yet.
Not many of us are.
Yeah. So I use everything that's in OBS to do it. Let's see. I can go over some of those settings.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't have to be like way too specific, but I just think that
fine.
I think in general most people don't use audio effects in streaming softwares. I think a lot of people, like myself included, just kind of plug in the mic and go. And like I
did that for the longest time.
Yeah.
You know, and honestly, if you have no background noise, it works. If you have a good enough mic, it works. I probably can get away without making any changes. The only things I would recommend are like noise suppression. Just, clear out a little bit of that background noise, your computer fans, doors swinging open a little bit, your creaky chair, stuff like that, like my creaky chair.
Yeah, for sure. I think noise suppression is a really good one to have. And it's usually just like checking a box. So
and you adjust the slider to where you need it so that you stop hearing. So another good thing, and OBS has this built in, if you go into advanced audio properties, you can click monitor for a sound, and you can listen to like your mic so you can hear what you sound like. You can, while doing that, you do the noise suppression, and you can hear as your CPU fans stop getting picked up.
Oh wow!
As background noise in general is picked up.
That's nice. I didn't know it was built into to OBS. I know that's a feature of just like Windows stuff, but that's really cool.
So if you go on OBS and you click the little gear next to one of your sound items, there's usually advanced audio properties, and in there you can click, there's a drop down tab for just output, monitor only, or output and monitor.
Okay.
Gotcha. And so you can get your feedback so you know what you sound like.
Wow. Yeah, that's really helpful. Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about microphones. Do you have a lot of experience with different types of microphones for streaming?
I do not. I went from Turtle Beach headset with a microphone, which is actually sitting back here, straight to a AT2020 USB.
Okay.
I went with the USB option just because to go XLR, I think it's called, you have to get additional equipment.
Right.
Whereas the USBs just plug in and you're done. If it's in the budget, going XLR is a better option just because you get more fine tuning.
Yes.
And I am a fan of fine tuning. So
I completely agree. I moved to an XLR mic probably about a year ago now. Actually, since we got them at True, I just fell in love with them too much, so I had to buy my own.
Yeah, XLR is coming up on the list.
Yeah.
This one will get sold, or I'll convince my girlfriend to stream. But yeah, XLR with. I'm a fan of a big budget too. XLR with the mixer that you have to get for it gives you more fine tuning, and it's so much better if you can get to that.
Yeah, for sure, I agree.
So.
And you mentioned that you're gonna get some sound panels to put in that room.
Yeah, because I don't like the echo.
Yeah. Do you use like a windscreen or a pop filter or anything like that?
So I have a pop filter on my mic. My mic also stays a good distance from me. This thing picks up everything.
Yeah, I can hear.
Like I'm talking about like rooms away.
Huh.
Like it's just insane.
Wow.
Hot micing with this thing, can't do it.
Too much.
I've left my mic on and we used to have 2 computers in this room, or 3, and girlfriend was watching anime, and then everybody was like, "So which anime were you watching?" And I was like, "I was not."
Wow,
yeah.
That's crazy.
But this mic picks up things from like 3 rooms away. That's why I have to mute it now.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, definitely keep me updated on what kind of XLR you're looking to get, because I'm always interested in learning about new mics. Do you have one in mind already, actually?
Maybe the 2030 in XLR.
Gotcha.
So I'm digging Audio Technica, whatever. How you pronounce their name. So far they've been good. So the budget, the next steps for me are the sound panels. After the sound panels is a better headset.
Okay. What are you thinking for that?
I do not know yet. So I want something that can do 5.1.
Okay.
So that I can tell somewhat when people are going to shoot me from behind.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
Yeah. Well, PUBG has to fix their audio first. So.
Of course. And everything else. But.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, cool. That's most of my questions for audio. Is there anything else that you want to talk about in terms of audio that I didn't cover already?
Just keep testing, guys. I mean.
Yeah. Awesome.
See, I've got some questions.
Oh, does he? Yeah. Well, hold on. We got just one more kind of for you in general for streaming. We'll move into chat questions in just a second, but kind of like, what's the hardest obstacle you've overcome as a streamer? Like, this doesn't have to be audio, just in terms of being on Twitch. What's kind of like your hardest moment, and how did you move past it?
If I'm not streaming with somebody or talking with somebody, I do have a hard time chatting and paying attention.
Sure.
I do try to always look over at my second screen to see what's going on. I need to get more screens. Honestly, the hardest, and I would say this is probably the hardest for a lot of people, and when you're smaller, is looking at that number and streaming and seeing it be a low count, or having that little Cheerio on it. And you just, a lot of people get disheartened about that. And honestly, it's just keep going. I like to stream just because to stream, play my games, and have fun. You can't focus on the number too much. it does suck. Sometimes you're sitting there. Like, I get my ups and downs in my mood in real life. And so, like, if I'm in a real down state and I look at that number, it doesn't help.
Yeah.
But, keep going at it, keep grinding, and it gets better.
Awesome. That's really good advice. Have you ever experimented with covering your viewer number? I've been talking to some people about this lately. Some streamers will actually cover their viewer count number to not see it and then just stream as if they had a ton of people watching all the time. Not sure if you tried that.
1,000.
Yeah.
Just gonna put a sticker that says there's 1,000 people watching.
Basically, I mean, if you stream if you stream like you have 1,000 people watching you all the time, you'll probably be a pretty good streamer. That's just my thought.
I've had a heart attack once before when like somebody hit me with like a host for like 30, and I was just like,
that's awesome.
What's going on? And it wasn't somebody I knew. I was just playing. I was playing Paladins one day.
Yeah.
And so I'm a late night streamer because I have to work 9 to 5. So I usually get home, eat dinner, watch TV. Then I get live between 8:30 and 9 o'clock, and I'm a night owl, so I'll stream till 5 in the morning.
Right.
And then we have to do it all over again. But weekends I'll stream from Friday night till Saturday with the sun coming up.
Wow.
And I was playing Paladins one day, and it was like 6 in the morning, and all these people are getting off. And like I just got 2 massive back-to-back hosts, and I'm just like, I was doing so good, and then that happened, and then I whiffed every shot.
Of course, yeah. That's how it always goes.
Oh.
Awesome. Well, let's take some chat questions now, like we promised. So if you guys have a question for me or Shady, just type in the chat now, and we will get around to answering it. I think I, the Knight, already typed the question in. So let's jump into that. Any tips for setting up filters like noise gates for your mics in OBS, or was that covered already? We kind of covered it a little bit, but you could probably give like a more practical guide on that.
So in OBS, you have the mixer right in the middle if you're using OBS Studio. If you click on, so like when I set up my audio under settings and the audio outputs, so I do my microphone as the actual mic audio device. I do voice meter output and voice meter AUX output as audio device 2 and audio device 3 in that order. So what that allows me to do is, like I said before, you can set channels for what you're streaming and what you're recording. With the mic right now under filters, I am running noise suppression at -60. I am running a noise gate. Yeah, there's lots of background.
Yeah.
And it's echoey, so like one creak can keep the mic going for a few minutes.
Yeah.
My open threshold is -26 decibel. My close is -45. Attack time is 25 milliseconds. Hold time is 50. Release is 50. And then I'm running 2 different compressors on top of that. And so in OBS, they actually go in order from top of the tree down as well. And so I run one noise compressor compared to another one. These are settings I got from a YouTube video, and the sounds have been pretty good from that. So if anybody needs that, I can PM that over as well.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. If you will actually send it to me, I'll put that in the show notes. Yeah. So that'd be great. Cool. Well, hopefully that answers your question. The Knight. Also, he thought that when I asked you what your hardest moment was, he thought that you were going to say dealing with the Knight in chat.
No. No, though chat can get tough.
Yeah.
You get people who will ask, hey, you want to play a game? You want to play the game? And it'll be a game you're not actually playing. So you're like, not right now. And sometimes they just get mad. And it's very tough. No problem. It's very tough to always make people happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've lived my life through this. Like, I'm a nice guy most of the time in real life. I'm not gonna lie with it. I can be a dick. and I've always looked at life as this. You can either be nice or you can be a dick. Regardless of which one you do, people are going to like you. People are going to dislike you.
Yep.
You know, like I spent a lot of my life trying to make people happy and still have people not like me. So it's, you can't do everything now. So when chat gets like that, it's just like, hey, you know, if I get time to play the game you want to play, I'll play it. But I'm not right now.
Yeah, I've heard it said, if you don't have haters, you're doing something wrong. Or not well.
There we go.
So
it's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, that's a cool perspective to apply to streaming, though, because everyone knows that there are some interesting people on Twitch who like to antagonize you. So
yeah, that's when the hammer gets dropped.
Yeah, as I the Knight seems ready to do already. Yeah, guys, questions are still open for me and Shady. If you'd like to ask anything, now is the time. So in the meantime, I just got a question for you. Do you have any sort of special stream plans for the rest of the year, in terms of like games you're looking forward to or events you're planning, anything like that?
So coming up mid-October, there's going to be some strategy games coming up that me and some other people are going to be getting together. They will be talked about more in the coming weeks. We're getting everything planned.
Nice.
I'm thinking of doing some in real life stream. I'll be at New York Comic Con next weekend. So there might be some in real life streaming there if there's actual service, because the Javits Center sucks for that stuff.
The struggle.
I know Forza comes out this week, so I might be on that. I'm thinking about going to the launch party at the Microsoft shop. So might live stream that as well.
That'd be cool.
You know, we got the Xbox One X coming out in 2 months, a month and a half. Might get that.
Yeah.
I'll probably go to the launch party anyway because they usually give stuff away.
Well, it's not to like. Is there any certain Xbox One X title you're looking to play, or just you just want to
Crackdown, but it keeps getting delayed. So
yeah, that's true.
Honestly, for this year, for games that I'm looking forward to, I don't think there's too many. So there's Code Vein I'm interested in.
Yeah, Pims is crazy about that too.
Oh, yep. Me and him been talking about it. I'm only sold on it because I love anime, and it's an anime Dark Souls kind of thing.
Right.
Next year, my big want is they're releasing Monster Hunter on PC.
Nice. Oh, for PC.
It's going to be 4-player co-op. Wow. So the console version's released, I think, on my birthday. I think it's January 26th.
Huh.
I think that's when the console ones come out, and then the PC will be later in the year.
Of course.
Of course.
That's just the model now, I guess.
Take your time, make it beautiful for me.
That's true.
You know, because it's going to be the first Monster Hunter on PC, I think, ever.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for that. You know, awesome. I'm tired of trying to play it on my 3DS with like one controller. Thing.
I can't imagine. That would be crazy to play on PC, though. I'm sure that'd be fun.
It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
What else have they shown that I was excited for? I don't know if there's that much.
No.
No.
You mentioned.
I mean, it gets tough.
Yeah. Absolutely. You mentioned Destiny 2. You're not super hyped about.
I'm not super hyped. I'm probably still going to get it as much as I hate on it.
Yep, I'm the same way.
Mostly because there'll be people to play with.
Yeah.
I'm a party gamer. I like to play the games with people.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the games I own are multiplayer.
Gotcha.
Probably about 90% of them. I think the last single player game I beat was probably one of the Knights of the Old Republic games.
Oh, wow. It's been a little while.
Actually, no, that's a lie. I beat Call of Duty Ghost Story.
A quality story.
And that was because I had no internet for a week.
I know what you mean, man. That's great. Awesome.
I play it by ear. As games pop up, I grab them if they catch my eye. Like I said, I'm a big strategy person, so you got the Age of Empires. They just announced Age of Empires 4.
Wow.
coming out in probably like a century.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll get that. You got Age of Empires 1 Remastered coming out. I'll get that. PUBG, honestly, man.
I mean, if they keep releasing updates, it's kind of like more games with that new map and everything.
I'm waiting for the new map to come out. That's just going to be insanity.
Yeah. Do you know when that releases?
Nope, they have not specified.
Of course.
I would assume it's coming out probably in the next month.
Yeah, that's probably.
I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped it the same day Destiny comes out on PC.
That would be a baller move. I gotta say that.
Yeah.
That would be pretty confident. So, okay, well, cool. If no one actually, okay, we do have a question now. Last minute question here from Caffeinated Zombie. Do you use any hotkeys to switch music on during downtimes, pauses, breaks in the stream? And any suggestions for live stuff?
So when the Stream Deck wants to work with Spotify, I do pause my music and play it. Depending on the mood, I will let Inkbot run song requests.
Mm-hmm.
Just as Doc has found out, it can get kind of trolly. Especially if you drop Pink Fluffy Unicorns a few times on them.
Mm-hmm.
I highly recommend everybody request that song for Doc. He loves it. And in terms of any suggestions for live stuff, what do you mean, Kev?
Yeah, I don't know if she means
like live music to play.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like performing live music, or like I don't know. If you can give us some.
My musical talent consists of chopsticks, and that's about it. So I can't perform live for people.
Yeah. Kath, if you'll just clarify that question for us. Big Panda has a question for you. Actually, 2 questions. He says, 1, do you like food? And 2, what type of food? Assuming that you like food.
Well, I don't like food. I actually love food. I'm fatty. I like to eat all the food for the most part. The only things I don't really like to eat are vegetables and fish. But I'll eat sushi. It's weird.
Which is vegetables and fish.
Yeah, but I don't like cooked fish.
Yeah.
The texture is just weird.
Okay.
I love some taters.
Let's
not even go there. I just had a potato. It was like an 11-ounce monster.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, Shady has a running thing for taters.
Did you hear what happened to White Shadow?
I did not. What happened to White Shadow?
Oh, I had a potato delivered to his
house.
That's
right. I did hear that. He loves taters so much that he gave one to his best friend. All right.
I don't do too much with the fading and crossfade, Calf. Mostly because right now I've been playing PlayerUnknown a lot, and that you only really play music on that when you're in the lobby. So I'll just start a song and cut it, and then once we start flying, pick up another song when we come back, or when I'm dead, I'll put a song on.
Do you use the crossfade feature in Spotify?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Just curious.
Like I said, I barely make it through a song.
Yeah.
PlayerUnknown. So, like, if I'm playing any other game, I'll just let a playlist rip through.
Do you ever use like an intro playlist or outro playlist or anything?
I have been using intro lately. My intro has consisted of Human, right? Is that the name of the song? Let me see. I'll tell you exactly. My playlist has been Human from Rag and Bone Man for like the last 2 weeks because that song is awesome. Or if I'm in the mood, it's Disney music.
Of course. It's always a good time for Disney music.
So many times I'll be playing a game and I'll just let the Disney soundtrack run in the background.
Yep.
You know, some of the guys came in from TRUgaming and I had like Moana playing.
That's awesome. Nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing. I love Disney music. You know, I have like pretty much every Disney album and movie.
Yeah, that's awesome. The last question I see is also from Panda. He asks, is there any furniture in that room?
There is a desk, the chair I'm sitting on, the green screen, some monitors, and some lights. I know there's some reverb. Can you see it all, Panda? Can you?
I can see the chair.
There's a window back there you can see through the green screen. And there's a fan.
Yeah, actually, wow.
There's a balance ball. I think you can kind of see it over in that corner.
You just blew my mind. I didn't even see anything back there until you mentioned that. And now it's like all I can see is everything behind the green screen.
Memes are the best. Who doesn't like memes?
Yeah, the meme enthusiast asks, do you like memes?
I think everybody likes memes.
I think that's a safe bet. I would have to agree. Also, I love that name, the meme enthusiast, asking if we like memes. I think he likes memes, clearly. So
that was some of my favorite stuff. Like
that's awesome.
I have I do GIFs that run on my stream that are queued up from commands, as you've seen on Doc's stream as well.
Yeah, I have seen those.
I like to push random stuff to see how it affects everything.
Yeah, that's some cool stuff that you've kind of thrown in there, like the sound effects and stuff. You mean?
Yeah, well, the sound effects. He was already doing sound effects with the soundboard. But I introduced him to GIFs that trigger on command.
Yeah.
Dream Trip. I introduced him to a slot machine for Inkbot.
Oh, okay.
So now he has slots that run. I've always been like that person that I'll take one idea and try to figure out something better for it.
Yeah.
And just keep going.
Awesome, man. All right. Well, I think that is most of the show, everyone. So thank you for all the questions, and thank you, Shady, of course, for all the insight on audio and just kind of your streaming career so far on Twitch. And we definitely hope to keep supporting you. Yeah, dude. Where can people find you?
Well, on Twitter, as you found out, they can find me at ShadyPyro TV. Same thing on Facebook.
Okay.
And then on Twitch, it is just ShadyPyro.
Yep. And it should be right below him if you're watching this as a VOD as opposed to a podcast.
And then hopefully in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'll have some new art done.
Nice.
And I'm excited for it.
Awesome, dude. Well, yep. Thank everyone for coming out. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. I wish you guys the best of luck on your own streams, and hopefully you got something out of this podcast. If you enjoyed the podcast, please leave us a review or follow on Twitch, depending on if you're watching this live or after the fact. And we do upload a new podcast every Monday, whether that's True Talk or Stream Key. So definitely subscribe to those on iTunes, and you can catch this episode there along with all the other past episodes of Stream Key. So thanks again, everyone, for coming out, and we will see you tomorrow for Doc's stream. Adios.
Hey guys, have a good night.
See ya. This is our podcast where we talk about things and do things and talk and have a good time, and it's a good time. And ShadyPyro's a cool dude, and I'm okay, and you're not. And this recording is done now. Let's end it now here. That's good. Okay. You having a good day?